Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thanks to Mr. Marshall that invited me earlier today. I told him I would commit, so glad to be among great men here. Thank you so much.
Hey, man, Mr. Wilkes, Dr. Willis?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How are you, Mr. Marshall?
Oh, I'm doing very well, man. Better now that I hear your voice, man. I see right now you and I we're going to be all right. You man or you woman. When someone said they're going to do something, they do it. That's automatic. A click. I appreciate you, man.
Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, sir. Thanks for the invitation. Look forward to the call. Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure. I'm going to mute myself out because I'm out here doing some things. I'm going to turn it over to one of my constituency, and he's going to take it from here. But I'm here. I'm right here on the call, Frederick. You need me? I'm right here, my brother. I ain't going nowhere. I got my earplugs and everything on. I'm listening. And what have you.
Okay, Uncle Frank. Yeah, Dr. Willis, we appreciate you being on the call, man. This is going to be like a roundabout discussion about our event that we had on Saturday, which the theme of the event was Hope, Solution for Financial Literacy. So you're in for a treat tonight to hear some of the testimonies that came from the event, and hopefully that you'll get a chance to come out from South Florida, man, in one of our events that we're going to have in the upcoming events pretty soon. So appreciate you, man. Anybody else real quickly that's on the call?
Yeah, we have Donald Davis from Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, Donald, how you doing, man? Welcome to the FORCEOF1 call. It's the first time?
Oh no, man. I'm checking in with you guys. I might not be on. Yeah, I might not hear me all the time, but I'm in the background.
All right, man. Good.
I was there Saturday with you guys.
Oh, okay. Great, yeah. Man. Great.
Oh, yeah.
Great. We want to have you share your testimony a little bit once we go around the table on the call, man. We'd like to hear what you got out of it and how it impacted your life. Anybody else that's on the call, real quickly?
Hey, bro, Fred. This is Art.
Hey, brother Art. What's going on, man?
You know you got it, man. You did an outstanding job at that event, brother. Your growth is definitely shown. Yeah, we really appreciate you for stepping up.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, brother Art, man. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but yeah, that's life, you know. Something that if you meet resistance, if you can push through it, man, you can get the great reward at the end. So I appreciate the shout out on that, brother Art. Why don't you just share just about a couple of minutes of what was your takeaway, and also what the information that you received, how you're going to apply it to make your life better, man. Just give about 2 minutes of that.
Well, first of all, like I said, I was just amazed, you know, your presentation, you introducing, you know, the speakers, and your professionalism was really, really just great, you know, to see that movement within the FORCEOF1. And I was surprised when I got there. I knew of George Fraser, Dr. Fraser. I've been to several of his conferences with Brother Frank. And the other brother, Willie, I think his name was.
And William Harrison.
Yeah, but Miss Sherry, she really gave some information. It seemed to be simple, but it was really, really, really informative for us, taxes and other ways, you know, to keep money within your pocket. And one of the bigger surprises for me, I didn't realize that Dr. David was going to be there, and he's teaches on buying real estate. And his theme was that no one should have a car note and no one should have a mortgage. And not only is he teaching that, he's living it, because he has a program that teaches how to buy tax liens. So with that, he has a class coming up in June. He's probably get more information from Brother Frank, but I think it's the 3rd through the 6th. Mm-hmm. But I also got a chance afterwards to go and have lunch with him and Brother Willie, and it was phenomenal. That was a sneak attack. But with the powerhouses that we had there, the information was just, it was just really worth, you know, the time spent. But I appreciate Brother Frank for pulling that together, and I appreciate you for doing such a great job in introducing everybody and facilitating that. That's my take from it.
Yeah, appreciate it, bro. I appreciate it. Yeah. Well, Brother Art mentioned that we did have the great speakers on the event. Sheriff P. Jackson, certified fraud examiner, former IRS agent, a CPA, retired CPA, and also a consultant. And she gave some advice about taxes. One of the wisdom nuggets that she gave out was Form 8832. And Form 8832 allows you to do tax reductions on your donations. For example, if you donate something for the Salvation Army, one of the tricks to do is to get a whole bunch of clothes. And one of the tips that she gave is like you can go to the elderly house. They're always looking for things to give away. They always have clothes they want to clean out and things of that nature. And you take those clothes, take a picture of it, and you itemize those things. Her last itemization, she said she itemized $9,000 from her taxes, guys. So what it means is that she saved so much money that she got back from the IRS for doing it. And personally, I do that with the Goodwill every year. I clean out my closet and other things to just save money. You'd be surprised how much money that you get back on a refund. Now, on the entrepreneurship level, you don't get a refund because everything is wrote off through your business. And she discussed a little bit about that too, as having the business. And one of the important things of having a business is you run your business as life, so you can get a lot of tax write-offs, such as your cell phone that you always use, certain mileages. You got to keep a log, of course. Keep a log that if you go into a business trip, make sure you document everything. But you get the write-off every 2 miles. Going to certain business events and meetings and things of that nature. So she shared some of those things. So I can get going on and on. Is Sydney, are you on? Are you on, Sydney? What about Dugar? Dugar, did you make it on? Okay, maybe they'll be on a little bit later. But then we had, after Sherry, we had William R. Patterson. William R. Patterson he's the chairman of First Financial Security. He has an international book and best-selling book, The Baron's Son, author, speaker, and so on. And what he shared was how to leverage wealth. He talked about some wealth principles, and his presentation was very, very strong and impactful. Then we had, of course, Dr. George C. Fraser. George C. Fraser has done a lot. He has done a whole lot. His bio was amazing. I had the honor just to read his bio, man. I was just so impressed, and he kept it down to 300 and some words, but it was way more than that, guy. And I tell you that he had so much information to him just off we like to say off the top of his mind, man. He just shares. He talked about history. He went down. He talked about how he gave us the problem that we have in our community, and also he gave us the solutions in our community. One of the solutions is that we have to stay the course, and we also have to build around each other. We have to, take ownership personally and professionally, and be able to take, I like to say have dominion, dominate your industry. And saying that, we need to start owning a lot of things so we can bring our resources back into our community. And also, one of the important nuggets that he shared was that we buy black and we sell to everyone. Now, he didn't say it in that proper way, but you got the message. His way was more straightforward and down to earth. And he was just like, you buy black and you sell to everyone. He said one of the issues that, we have, and he went down the line, and Art did bring the question up that he asked Dr. George C. Fraser a question. He's like, as far as the community, he's like, the Asians, they keep the money circulating in the community a certain time, the Jews and the Hispanics, the whites, and so on. And it's basically, that's the solution for that. It's like, if we can keep our money circulating around our community, the only way we can do that is we control the retail, we control the real estate, and we control the precious metals, which is gold, silver, and so on. And lastly, Dr. Anderson, when he came up, man, he was just in rare form, and he talked about it was a one being there before Bill Gates and everyone. Her name was Reinhardt. Reinhardt, I think it was Julia Reinhardt. Don't quote me on her first name because I don't have my notes or anything in front of me, so I'm just going off what impacted me and what went on in the event. But she was like, her father, basically, to make a long story short, her father left all these mines as an inheritance to her. And what it was back then, technology wasn't advanced as it's just started to advance as soon as her father died. So her father didn't want to spend the money to dig deeper into the mines because what her father did leave her, he left her a little money, but what he left her was the advisors. The advisors basically pretty much say that, that's a lot of precious metals, a lot of gold and everything under the mine. So, and it was like, will you be willing to dig and spend the money spend the money that you receive from your inheritance to dig a little bit deeper? And I thought it was very, very powerful in that story right there, because how often in life that we go through that it's a quote that said, it's a quote that mentions that if you only went 3 feet deeper, you would have struck the gold, but that person ended up quitting before he even dug a little bit more deeper. And I don't know everyone that's on the call tonight, but that's very significant because you continue to apply, you continue to go deep, and if you stop, you may be 3 feet away from gold. So that's the point of the story. It's like she took the money, she dug deep, and once they did the satellites and everything, and they did all the geological digging, all the geological scientists and so on and so forth, she ended up having $1 billion or more in continuous flow of precious metals under the earth. And she was the billionaire before Bill Gates and everybody else. So he shared some real estate tax liens that we shouldn't have any mortgage, like Brother Art said, no car note, no mortgage, that you could actually purchase a home without having the mortgage, and he talked a little bit about that. So I keep going on, guys. Anybody else that was at the event? That Donald, I believe, yes. Donald, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, share a little bit, man. Share about, give us about 2-3 minutes, man. What happened? How did the event impact your life, and also, man, share what your takeaway and what you're gonna use, how you're gonna apply the information to your life.
Absolutely, yes. I definitely enjoyed that event. It was great. The energy was there. Everything was wonderful. Mrs. Sherry Peel Jackson, she made a bunch of key comments that really impacted me, including that she doesn't spend a bunch of money on her clothes. She mentioned that that she would go to a place that maybe like Goodwill and find something that looks good on her, that she doesn't have to live the lifestyle of having these extravagant things just to basically look good in front of somebody else. And she made a bunch of keynotes also about the way that taxes are done, about red flags that are, basically targeted towards small business owners that can, take their houses and their businesses away from them. Also, she gave the definition of wealth, which is the number of days you can survive without physically working, and to maintain yourself. Dr. George Fraser, there's so many things, like you mentioned before, that you could just, continue to go on and on all day about, a bunch of the information that he gave to us. He mentioned that if you can leave your job tomorrow and be happy, that you should get the heck out of there. he basically you're wasting your time, and made a few keynotes about if you're not filming, you're not doing anything. Which to me, I've made several failures, and can definitely understand that point of making movements forward through your failures. Just learning each time what to do next instead of letting something overcome you and take you down. Excuse me, and mention a bunch of things. Basically be about your family to create jobs for us to become the number one employer of us. I thought that was really powerful with him mentioning that. Dr. David Anderson, like you mentioned earlier, came in rare form. He was throwing so many wonderful things at us about the being able to buy these properties with the tax lien. Showed a bunch of examples of these properties that they purchased for look like pennies on the dollar. Shared a bunch of information with that. Mr. William Patterson threw a bunch of great information. He mentioned about people don't pay you to work for them; they pay you not to work for yourself. And for me, that was I'm a business owner, and that for me that was very powerful. Hearing him mention that. But overall, the whole entire event, I gained so much. Took a bunch of notes, and definitely will be connecting with some of these great people that I've met, and looking forward to the events to come.
Oh man, no, that was awesome. People don't pay you to work. People pay you to work for them, but they don't pay you to work for yourself, man. That is so true, man. That'll preach right there. That'll preach, man.
Yeah. Yes. My jaw dropped. I was like, wow, that is such a powerful statement, and on the side of that is true. People, like you mentioned, people don't pay you to work for them. They pay you not to work for yourself, and you working for somebody else, and you're not making yourself rich. I understood that point, that he made from that. Like I said, there was just so many great, wonderful things that came from this event, and I'm very appreciative of you guys for putting all the effort and to bringing that and making that happen and changing lives more than you guys can even physically see. Because I feel, that, these people that you guys are bringing together, each person touched somebody in a way that you don't even know. It can be one thing that's said that can trigger something, and you share that, and, all of a sudden we have this awesome thing spread. And I sincerely believe in the power of the force of one. I am sincerely, I see so many wonderful things. I think this is the beginning of something that would be nationwide, and that would be a household name because of what is behind it. And thank you guys so very much for allowing me to be a part of this, to experience this awesomeness, and thank you so much.
Yeah, Donald, we appreciate that, man. That's what it's about in the Force of One, man. Our mission is simple, guys, is that we want to eliminate poverty, and we want to make free enterprise available to everyone. And that is the mission of the Force of One, and that is what we carry in our heart of the leaders and everyone. So I recommend those who have made it, those who was able to attend and be a part of Force of One, be an ambassador. Go tell someone, bring someone to the event. If that person can't make it to the event, we had several guys just pay for a ticket for someone else to attend, and that's what it's about. It's about a collectiveness of family. If someone can't make it, you lift out, you reach. You lift, you open up your palm, and you help someone else to make it if they can't make it, and you tell somebody. That's how our community grows, and that's how relationships are built. Is that we'll be able to open up our mouth and be able to lift our voice and be able to reach out to those who are in need, and those who think they're not in need really need this information. So, Sydney, did you make the call? Are you on? I know he's traveling. Dugar, did you make the call?
Yes, I'm here.
Dugar, man, come share, man. Dugar is the accountant, man. Come lay down some wisdom nuggets to it, man. What you got out of the event, Dugar?
No, I was waiting for you guys. You guys know So first of all, man, let me I want to thank you and Frank for putting this on. I mean, you guys recognize the need. You guys have the connection, and you guys were able to bring these speakers of these magnitudes to us at a very inexpensive cost to all of us. So that's first thing. I appreciate that. FORCEOF1, keep pushing it, keep going into that direction. Look, me personally consider myself pretty financially savvy, but I tell you, man, there's some things from that session that really opened up my eyes. There are things that I know, but for instance, when give me her name now, when she spoke about the taxes and how to maximize or reduce your tax liability, when she talked about going about the way of increasing your charitable contribution. You know, when she said she took her truck and she drove around and picked up those clothes, you know what that is? That's income. That's income. That's additional income she's putting in her pocket, because now she doesn't have to spend that out to give to the government. And I think that's how I think about it when I look at it. I know you always have to have the documentation when you do your taxes and so forth, but I never thought about the way until she mentioned it, where she does her contribution 2 times per month. And at the end of the year, it accumulates to a significant amount of dollars that help reduce your tax benefit. So that's something that really stuck with me, that got from that session. I mean, I've been doing taxes for over 20 years now, and going there to this session and being able to pick up things like those, that's going to help me help other people reducing their tax liabilities at the end of the year, because, again, I do taxes for me and for other people, and these are some tools that I can use to help other people. On the tax lien side of it, when we learn about the ways of going about to doing the tax lien and collaborating this with the Wing Center, as Dr. Fraser, I mean, this is an awesome project with the Wing Center, and creating it like a church and allowing people to come in and becoming financially independent. That's an awesome idea. That's a great thing for the community as we look for the future and the challenges that are facing us, where there are so many doubters that are saying, hey, it's going to be over 200 plus years before we catch up or narrow the wealth gap. And something like this is amazing. This is incredible. And with us utilizing a tax lien option to go and acquire properties for penny on the dollars, where now you can own that property and utilize it to instill that financial tool into our community. I think that is an awesome idea. I think this is something that we as the FORCEOF1 seriously need to look into and bring it to fruition, bring it here in the state of Georgia, put it in different communities. And I don't know if there's anything out there like it right now, but this is major for our community. So those are some of the things that I really took away from this session. Great session, great participation within the group, and I think more of this to come. I can see, Fred, I know we talked about this before. I think we talked about it in our meeting before, where you said that we will have our seminars coming to town, and not knowing that you guys really were pushing this and you made it happen. And I know you guys have, well, as a team, as Force of One, have more of this coming in the future. So thank you all. Appreciate what you guys have done.
Wow, Dugar, we appreciate you sharing that, man. Yeah, what he mentioned, guys, about the program Wings. Wings stands for Wealth in the Name of God's Son. That's powerful, y'all. What it is that with Wings, it's a program that brings economic empowerment through the church, but also through the organization to basically eliminate poverty in our community. And the mission of it is to create 1 million millionaire babies. Don't forget that. It's 1 million millionaire babies. If you do that times 10, times 100, you pretty much eliminate the wealth gap within our race. The statistic that Dujar says that it would take 228 years for us to close the wealth gap. That's the statistic between black and white, and 85 years for Hispanics. So the problem is that Hispanics are actually advancing more than we, because the number one thing with Hispanics is family. It's like, that's why you see 4 or 5 cars, 6 cars, all of them paid off. All of them, no car, no anything. They live in the same house, but all of them, they multiply their money, and all of them know they have one single goal, is that we're going to pay off this house, and we're going to keep building on this house. Then if someone else wants a house, we're going to pay cash for it, and that's it. That's their goal. It's really a simple process. And it was just so powerful that they shared the information. He just made confirm, and Dugar is true. It's nothing in Atlanta as far as the Wings program like that, and the potential of Wings going through a church or organization such as the Force of One is that it has the potential to have $100,000 flow through that program or more. And it's one of the things I want to say, guys, is that when you become a member and you become associated and build a relationship with Force of One of the things that we challenge is that you need to get some insurance policy or something that will leave an inheritance for your children's children. It's biblical. It's in Proverbs. It says, a man should leave an inheritance for his children's children. So it is many generations. So one of the things about Wings is that it shows you just simple strategies of creating wealth in your family, and also creating wealth in the community. It's nothing else like that. I saw some presentations, man. It is so fabulous. The Universal Index Fund, just as little as $25, guys, can get you $100,000 cash value. You're looking at a death benefit of, depending on your age, you're looking at, $150,000 to $250,000. I'm personally in 4th generation of poverty. Poverty ends with me. But imagine if I had 4 generations of people that would have left $250,000, $1 million or more. Be honest with you, you'll be talking to me in my jet somewhere, because it just would have multiplied. Because I probably would have blew half of it, 500,000. But dang on, at least you have an opportunity to blow it. So that's one of the things that we want to encourage each and every one of the guys to do, to get on some kind of policy and don't have a selfish mindset. We talked about that. Don't have a selfish mindset. Be able to think about others as you go along this wealth journey. And anyone else that's on the call, thank you for sharing, Dugar. Anybody else that was at the event?
Hey, Fred, if I can say
Yeah.
something else along this line too. You hit it on the head with that insurance, man. You guys heard the talk on Saturday where the Jewish community, when their grandparents in their 70s or 80s, they buy the insurance. They insure these elderly. The policy may cost $15,000, but on the payout of $1 million, on that $15,000 that you may be paying, even if you paid for 15 years, 15 years, and then to get a payout of $1 million 15 years later. Those are some of the things that we have to do in our community. Another piece of it is on the being mortgage free. As we talked about being mortgage free, investing in the college, in the kids' education. You have this guy just writing a $75,000 check tuition for his son's college. He doesn't have a mortgage to worry about. And for me, again, I go back to the point and saying that, hey, I feel like I think that I'm sort of financially savvy, but to go there and learn these additional tools that can help me to become even better, I'm telling you, whatever it cost us that Saturday, it will multiply in many folds. Buying a property in place of investing in a Roth IRA or a 529-10 is the way to go. But the things that I haven't really put my arms around is how do I pay off that mortgage in that 7 years that they talked about. So I'm very interested in learning more around those areas. And I tell you, man, when we go to these sessions, we can't just go and just take the information and do nothing with it. We have to take action. At the end of the day, it's in our hands to make a difference. We have to take the information that was given to us, and we have to put it in action. That's the only way we're going to make a difference. So FORCEOF1 as a team is trying to do their part, but you as an individual also share the knowledge. Bring the people in. You can't do it all by yourself. The more you can bring together to help eradicate this poverty, it's a critical piece for us. We got to just keep coming together, working together, and make things happen. So I just wanted to add that additional piece, Frederick. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Lugar, man. That's true. To give you guys some inside information about the Jewish community, because I've been studying for a little bit, is that each Jewish community, the minimal is $50 million in the bank account. That's liquid, you guys. I mean, that's assets money. And how they do that is a great book to read to get further detail. It's called The 5 Pillars of Wealth. The title is The 5 Pillars of Wealth. It's a green and silver front cover of the book, and basically they talked about the 5 jars. It's a giving jar, the investment jar, the assets jar, and it's other jars. It's 5 jars that they talked about. It's offering, tithing, all that, but they talked about these jars in very detail. And basically what Dugar said that was mentioned in the conference that the Jews, they pay the elderly, and that policy usually with how the Jews roll is about $5 to $10 million, guys. So you're looking at paying the elderly and looking at the payout that they split among each other, and that continues to double in the community. It is fascinating how they do it. I didn't even know it was, well, it sounds legal. It is legal. They've been doing it for years, but it's the same thing I would do for my mother. And the plan, that's the action I'm going to take. So, guys, it's just phenomenal. Just the cost of attending there, man. We've tried to make it as affordable, not cheap, but affordable as possible, because we want our community to get access to the information and apply it so we can, just eliminate poverty, eliminate the stigma that the media outlets portray on us, which is not true, but is believed that it's true in our community, because if you sit on your butt 4 to 5 hours watching TV and believing what they're believing, that's gonna be your philosophy in life. Anybody else that attend the event would like to share? Anyone else? Sydney, did you make it? Yeah, he's probably
no. Frederick, this low, man. I just joined on, man.
going on, Brother Lowe? What's going on, man?
Hey, good, man, good.
Man, we
man.
miss you, Lowe, man. We miss you, man.
Man, I'm out here in Pittsburgh, man, and I teach a homeless Bible study on Tuesday. So we just finished up, man. So it's good to be on the call, man, and hear the brothers, man. What y'all talking about tonight? Talk to me.
Oh, man, we just talking about real estate, taxes, and how they're leaving an inheritance for many generations. That's the theme of the subjects, man. Yeah.
Real estate, taxes, and what? How we leave a inheritance?
Insurance.
Yeah, insurance.
So what we're doing is we're pretty much doing a recap, get feedback from the folks that were at the session on Saturday. We had the event here Saturday.
Hey, speak up just a little bit, so I can speak up just a little bit.
Basically, what we doing? We're doing a recap that what happened on Saturday for the theme, which you already know about, was Hope, a Solution for Financial Literacy. And we're just doing a roundabout discussion of that. And we had some great speakers, which we had Terry P. Jackson, was a certified fraud examiner, CPA, former IRS agent, author, speaker, consultant. She was up there. She pretty much gave us information about taxes. And we had William R. Patterson. He's a financial advisor, author, speaker, wrote the international best-selling book, Baron Son, which is good. He talked about how to leverage wealth, relationships, and so on. We had George C. Frazier, which his bio speaks for himself. You can Google him, but he wrote the books and everything.
So
he dropped some nuggets.
So what was the biggest takeaway? What was, give me a nugget or something. What was the biggest takeaway with the taxes? What can I do that's gonna help me with my taxes?
Where you been, Brother Lowe? Man, we went down the line. Dugar shared some stuff, man. The biggest you can go ahead, Dugar. You can give one.
I know what Dugar shared. I'm on it, but if y'all got Dr. Frazier there, I know y'all got a nugget or something.
I would say the biggest the takeaway of that, man, is for me, it's running your life as a business.
Absolutely.
Running your life as a business. Everyone needs a side hustle. So you create a business based on your purpose, your passion, and you be able to write things off. She shared a form that she uses for the Salvation Army, which you probably can use for other things. It's called Form 8832. And basically her story was, Dugar mentioned it, is that she goes around 2 or 3 times of the year to the elderly, and she gathers clothes to donate to the Salvation Army. And basically what she does is, she takes a picture and makes sure her documents are right, but she writes that off as a tax write-off. And the benefit of that is that she saves and she gets a huge write-off on her business, and she probably, most likely, she gets a return off that. And I do the same thing, too, as well with the Goodwill. But that's a big takeaway as far as, like, investing, not only to save, but also invest back into whatever you want to do. And, man, there was a lot of takeaways. I mean, Dr. David Anderson, he talked about having no mortgage and how to apply tax liens to take advantage of having a no mortgage option. You should have no mortgage and no car note. And basically, my philosophy on that, which I picked up at the event, is that interest can build wealth, but also interest can kill. So the killing part of that is that if you have so much interest over time that you're not creating wealth, you're not building wealth, because the interest is taking away your potential to create wealth for many generations. And we also mentioned about everyone, we challenging everyone, all the men, even the ladies, because we do have some ladies that come on the call to get some life insurance that has cash value that you can use to take out for college expenses, college tuition. You can take out to put a down payment on a home, which we encourage, and put a down payment on an investment property that will have no mortgage, which is the tax liens. And we encourage to have insurance to also lead to many, many generations. That would actually close the gap, the wealth gap, which the Bloomberg statistic came out was 228 years between black and white, 85 years with the Hispanic. So, and I shared a little bit about, my personal testimony on that. And also we talked about some, like Donald shared, some takeaways that, when you working at a job, that people, that the company only pays you to work for them. Or, and the quote was from when Art Passons, that people pay you to work for them, not for yourselves. And that was a direct quote. Is that, from that, and it was so much, man. It was so gratifying and a privilege to just be there, man, among these great speakers that are sharing the knowledge in our community that normal people would not experience or would not hear. And it's our responsibility to share the information to people as ambassadors for FORCEOF1, and to we have the potential in our community to make a difference, and not only make a difference, but to actually build and create wealth. And then we know, and also Dugar mentioned too, WINGS. And WINGS stands for Wealth in the Name of God's Son. And that originates from the Black Wealth Alliance. And the purpose of WINGS, Black Wealth Alliance, it's under the subsidiary of First Financial Security. That's pretty much the oversee of everything, all these programs like the Leisha Initiative and so on. And basically what it is that the mission is to create 1 million baby, create wealth in 1 million babies. That's basically what it is, create wealth in 1 million babies. And basically what it is that it's a multiplying effect. You reach that goal, but 1 million, you look at it times 10 times 100. So that actually pretty much eliminates poverty if you create millionaires. And I mentioned a little breakdown in details that with insurance policy, you can get insurance policy as low as $25 with First Financial Security. That it may not be $1 million, but you can at least get $150,000 to $250,000 depending on your age, and depending on how much your premium will be on your age. But you have the opportunity to create wealth, and the thing is that we challenge each and every man on the call is that you should go out and get some insurance. You may not be able to get the cash value, but at least you should get a 10-year term. Like I have a term on. I'd be damned that I allow my wife to suffer financially because of my irresponsibility of making sure that I'm not a provider for my family. And if you're a leader of your home, that you should be able to have certain in place. You may not have all the money that you want. You may not have everything that you want right now, but you should be able to seek out different tools that are out there that be able to leave some kind of inheritance that your family or your loved one shouldn't have to take on that financial burden. One of the things is that people that go to bankruptcy is three things, you guys. It's one is health, it's medical bills. Two is family, actually, just really personal irresponsibility reason, family. And three is just not having an inheritance to pay somebody else's bills. And especially if you got a mortgage, which comes from the Latin word mortir, which means death. So it means death agreement. So we challenge and FORCEOF1 as of this day, this hour, this time, at this moment, we're challenging that people that don't get a mortgage, man, don't sign a death agreement, because it's financial strategies and techniques out there now, and it has been confirmed at the event that you don't have to have a mortgage, that you don't have to have a car note, and that you can build wealth, because wealth is currency, so it has to move. And currency, when you determine the velocity of that currency, so you determine if you want to accelerate it, you determine if you want to slow it down. It's just basic physics. But and that's something that the big highlights, Brother Low, that was there, and many more other things.
Well, that's good, man. I appreciate you giving me that feedback, man. I got one lesson that I learned, and I could probably help a brother save about $20,000 or $30,000 on something that I lost that on because I just simply didn't know, just a lack of awareness when it comes to real estate. I remember when I bought my first home. I'm in the military, so I move every 3 years. When Uncle Sam say, "Hey, you gotta go," you gotta go. So I decided, to rent my house out, and I only had the house, for less than 2 years, and I didn't understand the rules. I didn't understand this term, and I encourage you guys to look up this term, capital gains tax. I was a new homeowner. I didn't know about no capital gains tax, so I just thought, hey man, I'm gonna just sell this house, and the house value had appreciated. So let's just say, I'm not gonna go into details, but the house had appreciated for a large amount, and I was good, I was like, okay, but let's sell, cool. I ain't gonna be able to make it back here. So I sold, and that if I had known that the policy and the rules about selling ahead of time, I could have made, let's just say, a whole hell of a lot more money than I lost. So I was not exempt. If I'd have kept the house for at least 2 years in the state I was in, I would have been exempt from this capital gains tax. But because I sold it prior to 2 years, I was subject to pay the capital gains tax, and that basically took all my, incentive of selling away, but it was too late to pull out of the deal because these people had already committed their funds to my house. So once I figured out I was going to be responsible for capital gains tax, I tried to pull out, but now the guy wanted to sue me and all this, and it was just a mess. So my point is, if you have a house and if you're a homeowner, don't sell your house before 2 years of having 2 years. Research what your state law is. If you're in Texas, you have to have the house at least 2 years before you can sell and be exempt. And had somebody told me that, man, I'd be a hell of a lot, better off than I am right now.
Yeah, look, so let me suggest some insight on that. If you have a home and you live in the house for 2 of the last 5 years, and you sell it, you're exempt from the capital gains taxes.
Yes. So thanks for clearing that up. I wish you'd have told me that 3 or 4 years ago, Doc.
Yeah.
This is the type of conversations that we need to be having because people have this knowledge, and we got people on the call who are who have lived through this process. And so why is this valuable information? Because guess what? Someone on this call may be about to purchase a house, or someone on this call may have a desire to purchase a home, and now they will have knowledge that I need to keep this house at a minimum. I don't care what kind of deal happens. I don't care what kind of crisis I'm in. I need to rent until I reach that 2-year mark.
Yeah.
I need to lease it until I reach that 2 mark. If I don't, I am going to lose.
You will be paying. Yeah. You'll be paying the capital gains tax. So the capital gains tax can be exempt up to $500,000 if you're married, or $250,000 if you're single.
That's also good information to know.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. That's true.
Dugar, you need to give a class on capital gains tax on the next function that we have.
We're having another function we have another function that Dugar is speaking at. It's a financial summit that's going to be on June 10th at the Morrow Executive Center in Atlanta, Georgia. So, I know Dugar is going to cover some of those things. And I want to reach out and let y'all. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Lo.
I was saying, don't miss out on this stuff. I know when we hear finance, as black men, we have a tendency to kind of like, we got to get out of that mindset because we're losing when we think like that. I mean, I think it's inherent in us to hear the word finance, and it's repulsive. It's almost like kryptonite. We gotta embrace financial literacy because, again, I lost out on an opportunity to make a whole lot of money, but because I was a person who shunned financial literacy, because I was the type of person, man, I ain't got time to hear all that. It cost me at some point in my life for being ignorant. So it is worth it if you plan on having a house one day to listen. if you plan on having anything yours one day that you want to eventually transfer, sell, or keep, it's a great investment. So you can pay me later for this shameless promotion, Dugar.
Great. Hey, I want to let y'all guys know that we do have a Facebook. We do have a Facebook and a Twitter page. The Facebook page is FORCEOF1, the number 1, the numerical 1 _men. Just look for that, or FORCEOF1 men. It has the logo of the FORCEOF1, and the Twitter page is FORCEOF1 _men. So I'm gonna repeat that. The Facebook page is FORCEOF1 _men, or look at it, FORCEOF1 men. It does have the logo, it has videos and pictures on the Facebook page, and the Twitter page is FORCEOF1 _men. And on the Twitter page, I did tweet out a lot of wisdom nuggets, a lot of information that was said at the Hope Solution Financial Literacy Conference or event. You can get majority information there if you miss some things. And also join the page, tweet it out, let somebody know, share it on your pages. The information is there. The time now, guys, is 8:55 p.m. Do we have any more quick highlights from the event before we close at 9 o'clock? Anyone else that been there would like to share, or anyone that gained some information that that impacted your life on this call?
Hey, brother, can you hear me?
Who's this?
This is Art again.
Hey, Art. Hey, Art. If anybody new that's on the call, hey, brother, Art, we gonna get you in, man. Anybody new that's on the call, this information impact you, man. We want to hear from you. Dr. Willis, you out there? You want to say something from South Florida, I believe? You want to say something, man?
Yes. I want to say, thank you for a wonderful call and some great information. And, good information like this it never gets old, never gets stagnant. I just want to thank Brother Marshall again for inviting me. And I will definitely invite others and whatever we can do to help out, because, this is what it's all about. It's about, as you were saying, creating wealth not for the next generation, but for the next generation, And so that's what we should all be about. I think about the Iroquois Indians. When they did any decision, they thought about how that decision would impact 7 generations. That's amazing, And so we have to keep that in mind, So thank you, brothers, for a wonderful call. I look forward to being a part of you guys. Thank you so much.
Wow, that is amazing. 7 generations. Wow. I know I talked to my wife last night, and I was like, man, we need to create a 100-year plan. And I have some research and everything about the family enterprise. So just thanks for sharing that, Dr. Willis, man. That was powerful. Any first-timers that's on the call would like to share anything that was impactful for you from the information that you received tonight. And thank you, Dr. Willis, for sharing that. We hope and pray that you invite other men onto the call to receive this information. This is a roundabout discussion, but we do have other speakers on the call, and we do announce it on the Facebook page. So I ask that you join it so you can get all the update information that goes out on a weekly basis. So we appreciate it. Anyone first-timers that want to say anything that may impactful to your life, don't be ashamed. Nobody's going to shoot you down. All right, Brother Art. All right, just a few minutes, man. It's 8:57 p.m. What you got?
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to piggyback on what all the brothers commented on in the event. What stood out to me was what Dugar and what you was talking about, and then Brother just came up was talk about how he missed out on an opportunity because he didn't have the information on capital gains for his house. And the overall thing to not paying, to get out of mortgages and to not have car notes is to not have debt. The whole foundation is to get out of debt, to live that ancestral free life that we used to have when we was governing ourselves. So I just wanted to add that to it. The whole foundation is to get out of debt and not to pass that debt on to the next 7 generations or the next generation, but to put a foundation up under them to where they'll be coming into prosperity, as Brother Fred said. We leave an inheritance for our children's children. So that's what I wanted to add. Thank you, brother, for the call.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, Frederick, this is Rod, real quick. I'm just gonna pick it back
on, Rod, man. What's
going on, big time? Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
man.
sir. I'm piggyback on what you said, man. Everybody, get your life insurance. If you need a free quote, y'all, most of you guys know me on the call. My name is Rod, 770-912-2588. I can definitely run a quote, term, whole life, IULs, whatever you need. Just give me a shout.
Yeah, that's good, Brother Rod. You said that, man. Hey, guys, if you're in Atlanta or even on the phone, man, reach out and talk to the brother. I mean, just for having a 15-minute or less conversation with the brother, man, can share some information. Even though if you don't even get a chance to do any business with him, hey, you can use him. Not use him, but you can refer him to other people that you think that may need the information. And also, I mean, it's about helping each other, man. We do the same as that. Brother Rod, give out your information again, so people know.
My name is Rod Ford, and my phone number is 770-912-2588. That's 912-2588. And I'm with I work with Mutual of Omaha. I work with most of your major carriers from Gerber all the way down to Transamerica. So let me know what you need.
That's great, man. That's great. That's what That's what the FORCEOF1's about, man. Bringing that information to people, man. You have direct access to things. I mean, if you got a child, you get on the Gerber policy, it's $10,000. You know, you can get on other policy that, you know, they only insure the kids up to $10,000. But, you know, you can start a 529 plan for college as little as $20 a month. And you can have $40,000-$50,000 by the time they're 18. That's not including the tax refund that you get, tax credit refund that you get from the government, which equals to about a little over $50,000 or more. You guys said which parents usually take and go on trips and stuff, but we ain't gonna talk about that right now because we don't have time. But that's it, man. We didn't. I'm gonna end. Time now is 9:01 p.m. I want to appreciate each and every one that attended on this call, the FORCEOF1 call, man. We're so thankful and we so grateful for our first timer that was on the call. I want to end in prayer. We usually start off in prayer, but the fire came, so we just let it flow. But I'm going to end in prayer, and we're going to all hang up. We appreciate it. Thank you, Dr. Willis, for sharing the testimony. And also sharing.
Hey, bro, Fred.
Yeah, Uncle Frank.
Hey,
bro, Uncle Frank. Hey, we ain't heard y'all. We ain't heard y'all all day, man. This is Uncle Frank, man. Uncle Frank. Say something, Uncle Frank, man. Sorry about that, man.
That's all right, man. So I'm not gonna say much, man, because ain't nothing to be said, man. Y'all covered everything. I just want to let you know, man, you did an outstanding job, man, and everything that was said, man, was just, you said everything so beautiful. Everybody did, man. That was spot on. So this is what it's gonna take, guys. Not for us just talking about it. We got to continue to start putting things in place, because like I always say, it's not enough of just sit down and just listen to what wealthy people do or knowledgeable people do, the people that got all the wisdom. Not enough of us just listen to what they do. We got to start doing what they do. When they say it, we got to take it bull by the horn and take it and apply it to our life, because that's what it's all about. That's the only thing they're going to get us out together, man. So everything tonight, man, we were saying just so beautifully, man. And I love and a lot of things that we're saying, like Dugar, you know, they were saying, man, it's not me and Fred. We didn't put it on. It's all, when we do something like that, it's all. It's not a me thing. It's a we thing. We all do it together. Whenever one somebody do something great, and you're part of the FORCEOF1, everybody gets credit for that. You know, and we all in this thing together. Now, I understand what you're saying when you say that, but, you know, everybody contributes to that, because we can't do it by ourselves. It's all of us. And so now we'll be talking to you more about it, because I'd definitely like to be able, one day next week, I thought we were going to be able to get together this week and maybe have a meet, man, but I'm so swamped right now, it's just unreal, man. And so now I'm turning down work right now. And so next week, maybe I may be able to see a little light at the end of the tunnel. And so so I just want to thank everybody, man, for coming out tonight and sharing what have you. And so, man, it was awesome. It was awesome. I thank you, Dr. Willis, and everything for coming on once again, man. You really contribute, to the Force of One tonight. And so please don't find it robbery to drop in anytime you get ready. So you're part of the family. So you're welcome. So I don't have to send you another invitation. I just gave you a lifetime membership, a lifetime invitation. So you all in. All right.
Thank you too much, Brother Marshall. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right. Y'all take care.
Great,
all right, Frederick.
Great. Uncle Frank, man. Thank you for sharing that. We appreciate everything.
One more thing right quick, Fred. One more thing. It's hard for me to keep quiet. I just want to commend Brother Don, too. Don was he told me today he was shaking like a dog cracking cinema seed when I asked him about speaking tonight. He told me, I'm out my comfort zone. I had to carry him back and tell him, man, you can do it just present tonight just like you would, like you were talking to your wife or somebody. And so I think he did an outstanding job. I think he's ready, man, to be called up to be a speaker, to speaking to all our lives. I think he's ready to be a speaker. So get ready, Don. Get ready, Don. You did an outstanding job. I'm proud of you, man. I really am. All right. All right, Fred.
All right. Appreciate it, Don. Appreciate Dr. Willis. Appreciate all the first timers that didn't get a chance to come in. We'll welcome you out to our next Tuesday night call, which will be 8 p.m. sharp, and also join the Facebook page to get the update information of what's going on in the Force of One. Until then, guys, we're going to end in prayer. Really quick prayer. Father God, just thank you for this night on the Force of One call. Thank you for Uncle Frank, that you have just dropped the seed, blessed him with revelation knowledge to bring us together, to unite, set iron sharpens iron. And we thank you that the Force of One, we sharpen each other, we correct each other, we love each other, we bond together with each other like David and Jonathan, Lord. So we thank you for the words that were spoken on tonight, and we just thank you that it will be the seeds that were sown will be planted into further ground, and that it will grow to be a fruitful, productive, and a multiple, a tree that's fruity, that will just be multiplied to many, many nations. And Lord, we just thank you that each and every one tonight will just be blessed and have peace over their lives, and that we continue to seek out to create wealth for many, many generations to come. We thank you, Lord God, for the revelation knowledge to do that. We thank you for protection, peace, provision, and all those things that you have said that we already have that flows through us. And we thank you for the Force of One, and let it be known for each and every nation, in each and every country throughout the world. In Jesus' name, amen. Thank you, guys. Y'all have a great night. Good night.